What's going on, everybody? It's Q from Retro Q Game, and I want to welcome all you fellow JRPG aficionados because I want to talk about something going forward that, well, could turn out to be something spectacular. We all know, as JRPG fans go, the last couple of years have been fantastic. Breath of the Wild, although technically you don't really call that a JRPG, has been a damn good game. We obviously have masterpieces like Persona 5, and we have a fantastic addition to JRPGs in general as Dragon Quest XI. Obviously, going forward, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out as well. Who knows how that's going to turn out? Hopefully, it's fantastic. But there's obviously some hesitation about it as well, given what we do or don't know at it just yet. Now, this brings up a perfect opportunity for Sony. Now, you may be wondering, Q, you're not a Sony fanboy, what's going on? No, but think about it. Just bear with me and you'll see what I'm going for. So, we all know that the PlayStation 4 is running kind of dry for, let's call them big games, over the next year and a half when the PlayStation 5 will likely be out. Now, that gives us a perfect opportunity. Let's say that every big PlayStation 4 game that we know, or every big Sony game that we know of at the moment, is currently slated for the PlayStation 4. Some of them don't have release dates, some of them don't have confirmed platforms or whatever, but let's look at them real quick. We have The Last of Us Part 2, Ghosts of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Medieval, and that's pretty much it. Medieval obviously isn't a top tier game, but it is a good game and I can't personally wait for it. But let's go back for a second. Let's say all of these games are PS4 games. Now, what could we do? Because let's face it, we all know that big games, especially big long JRPGs, take multiple years to develop. Now, there's one game out there that's been begging for a remaster. Not just a remaster, it's been begging for a remake. It's a quality JRPG. Many of you guys know it. It hasn't been done with anything since the PlayStation 1. I'm not including if it's available digitally on the PS3 or anything like that. But no, I'm talking about this bad boy. Yeah, I want to make sure I was showing up properly on the camera. We're talking about The Legend of Dragoon. This is not so much an underlooked game, but I feel it's an underappreciated game. Legend of Dragoon is a fantastic JRPG. It's one of the best on the PS1, and we all know the PS1 had some amazingly high quality JRPGs, this being one of them. Obviously, we had games like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, Breath of Fire 3, Breath of Fire 4, Legend of Dragoon. You see my point. Now, what are we talking about here? Well, let's face it, right? First off, look how gorgeous the cover is. Okay, you probably, it's hard to display properly here because of lighting and reflections, but it's a gorgeous cover. And not only that, okay, this is all completely superfluous to my point. It's got gorgeous discs as well at the same time. It's got artwork infused discs and they're gorgeous. Now, of course, this is all just extra stuff that is beside the point. But let's go back to Legend of Dragoon for a second. Originally launched in Japan in 1999, America in the year 2000, and here in Europe in 2001, the game got fairly well critically acclaimed. There was one or two other complaints about it in some regards, but the focus felt very different from some of the other games we'd have, like, say, Final Fantasy VII and whatnot. But the big emphasis on the combat and the skill system, specifically the usable tech skills as well as the Dragoons and the Dragoon system, it was fantastic. I don't know why anyone dislikes this game. This is a great game. It's easily one of the best. It's not one of my personal top 10 games of all time or anything, but it's definitely one of the best JRPGs on the PS1, and that is high praise for anyone who knows JRPGs on the PS1. Now, let's look at something. What if Sony wanted to fully remake Final Fantasy VII style? I'm using that as the example. I realize they have nothing to do with the development of it. But let's say they did it like that. Completely remade it from the ground up. This would be top tier. This would be same tier. As well, let's pull it back for a second. And I want to put in a couple of examples here. Not so much examples, but a couple of stipulations on my remake. If they remake Final Fantasy VII and it turns out to be top quality like it should be, maybe this gets remastered and it lives up to the same quality of the original game, if not even more so. That would be fantastic. Like I said, this is a great game. And if they could bring that forward with the visuals and whatnot afforded to what would essentially be on the PS5, this would be a huge opening title. Probably wouldn't be a launch title, of course, but this would be a huge opening winning title within the first couple of years, because this is a first party exclusive Sony game. Everyone thinks this is a Squaresoft game. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Squaresoft was kind of synonymous with big JRPGs back on the PS1, but this is actually a first-party in-house developed Sony game. So they still retain all the rights, all the everything, and they could essentially remake the game from scratch if they wished, with no other outside involvement or anything like that. Now, will they ever do that? That remains to be seen. Probably not, unfortunately. However, I know, Shuhei Yoshida, please, at some point, remake this game fully in its proper glory with PlayStation 5 visuals. Hell, put it on PC as well, why don't you? But I would accept this on PlayStation 5 fully remade. Anyway, let me know in the comments section below if you have played Legend of Dragoon, if you love it, if you hate it, if you've always wanted to try it, if it's one of your favorite games of all time, if it's one of your favorite JRPGs of all time, or if it's your favorite JRPG of the PS1. Anything to do with it, as well as would you like a remaster for the PlayStation 5? Sorry, not a remaster, a full remake for the PlayStation 5. Let me know all of that good stuff in the comments section below. Hit the appropriate button to let me know how I did on the video, and while you're at it, why not head on over and hit the subscribe button and even ring the little notification bell. Granted, getting a notification from YouTube in current year about a new video upload or a live stream or whatever is a whole other story. But hey, at least you can say you tried, am I right? As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the rest of the videos in my channel.